Coming up this week on the OK Bloomer podcast.
Hold on. Nick walks in to see his son's ogling porn in the middle of the kitchen. It's just another day in the Russo house.
He says he'll get more exposure than Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah. Take that, Pee Wee.
She's got a sticker that says no nukes, and she's got a SeaWorld sticker.
Those cancel. Sorry.
He also tried treating Lyme disease, cancer,
With the Heimlich maneuver?
and HIV patients.
With the Heimlich maneuver?
How long
us
can
with
you
the facts.
choke before you die?
I don't know.
I guess we'll
know.
find out Saturday when I'm MC at the wedding.
Don't know about the future. Don't.
They don't care about the future, cause they live it in the past. Sal and Curtis are taking all 5 seasons of Blossom to task. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll be weak in the knees. This show's got more range than Nick on the keys. Only gal in the house, and that's how she goes. One brother was a junkie, and the other one was. Weekly lessons coming fast in the Russo flat. Blossom's teenage girl problems are as big as her hat. So take your opinionations and make them shine. It's the OK Bloomer podcast, and it's about damn time.
Don't know. Don't know.
Anytime, bro.
You good?
Yeah, dude.
You got notes?
Yeah, I got
All right.
notes. Well, I got notes on the episode I watched,
Nice.
which was not the salt and pepper one.
No, that's the one. That's this one, isn't it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
All right.
So we're in person. This is not really a first, but yeah, we have a special guest. This is a first. We do have a guest today.
Hello.
His name's Jon Green. He's a buddy of ours.
Hey.
We listened to all the fan mail, and your ideas were loud and clear. The one thing this podcast needed was a third adult white male. So here we are, covering Blossom.
That's a good point.
Named Jon Green, about the most vanilla name you got going. Actually, I've been on here a little bit. You might recognize my voice.
Yeah, he does the voice at the beginning, saying what's coming up.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right. So we might as well dive right into it. We got season 3, episode 17. It's called Losers Win. It first aired February 10th, 1992. So this is your first experience. You haven't watched Blossom in how long, John?
I honestly don't know. I genuinely have no idea. I would say I'm at least 20 years, probably more.
Wow. All right. And what'd you think?
I mean, it was corny, but I definitely found myself enjoying parts of it for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit, the clothing was tremendous. I'm glad that there was definitely some amazing 90s clothes with the bright colors and all the fanciness.
Yeah.
Playboy made an appearance.
That's true.
I did a Google. I couldn't actually find if it was a legitimate issue or not.
No, it's not. And we know kind of about the girl that was part of that. And we'll get into that in a little bit. All right.
First one we watched together.
That is
since
true.
we started this.
That
It was a big afternoon.
That was a big afternoon. That's a good point. Right? Yeah, it was weird watching it in the same room, taking notes at the same time.
It was weird seeing the rhythm of how you do it, because usually it takes me like an hour. I'm constantly pausing.
Right.
And this time we kind of streamlined it more.
Well, I usually am too, but we were kind of under the gun.
We were, so
Like timing.
my observations might not be as deep as usual.
And usually I watch the episodes twice.
Really?
Yeah, which I did not do. I usually watch it a first time, and then I usually go through it again a second time and take some heavy notes.
Let the ideas blossom.
Yeah.
That was almost the name of this podcast, actually. It was on the short list.
You guys are going to start a spin-off one, the two of you with that one now, right? I'm in the dirt.
We're cutting you out.
I'm in the dust.
Well, you're out, Curtis.
I need the royalties of this podcast so bad, though.
All right, so a thing that we do on the show is we read multiple synopses of the episode and compare them.
Each one better than the last.
Yeah, so Disney Plus is usually a pretty weak synopsis. And then I go to the TV database, and then Curtis kicks it in at the end with IMDb. Yeah. And then we vote on which one we think is the best.
Okay, which like the best in what capacity as far as like
You'll know.
You'll know.
I'm thinking like, is it like the best description of what we actually saw, or is it just the best poorly written?
Yeah,
let's go.
It's kind of both. Disney Plus this week says, despite misgivings, Blossom joins the debate team.
Okay. They're missing out so much.
Right?
Exactly, yeah. And TV Database covers a little more. It says, Blossom has a problem with public speaking. Tony saves Miss June's life. Nick practices for appearing in a Paula Abdul video.
IMDb comes in hot, and
do it.
I can't give IMDb credit though, because for the first time I'm reading this off my phone and not a laptop.
Right.
And it shows me that you have the option as just a random person to update and edit the IMDb entry. So these are like fan written.
Yeah, we've I thought we determined that.
No, I don't
before.
think we determined that.
Sorry, I thought you were going to say, yeah, we've updated one or
Well,
two.
we probably should. We could probably go back and we're qualified enough now.
IMDb says Blossom joins the debate team but has trouble speaking in public. Anthony saves the life of a centerfold.
I think that's the best one, to be honest.
I like the second one better if they used centerfold instead of Miss June.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a little bit more obvious what's going down, but like it just laid it all out. So I'm going number 2.
Blossom is nothing if not obvious.
It's a good point. Yeah, let's get into the cold open here, Curtis.
Anthony comes in hot.
He sure does.
He was just at a nude shoot with 12 girls. This is the most 90s thing that could happen, right?
Yeah.
One of the models choked on a chicken bone and Anthony saved her, quote, naked life.
Is that what he said verbatim?
Yep.
Naked life.
Yep.
Using
And then as a thank you, he got an advanced copy of some magazine. Now, were they trying to imply it was that magazine?
I think
Yeah.
they were trying to imply that it was Playboy without actually saying Playboy.
But it couldn't have been the magazine they were shooting that day.
Well, I have no idea.
I thought, for a second there, I thought that's what they were implying, that he got like an advanced copy of the issue.
Of the issue that they were
That they were
shooting.
shooting,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's no way they would have that.
Yeah,
early
so he
enough.
got an advanced issue of some Playboy magazine, but they
that's-
never actually said Playboy.
I think, did they? Oh, but I kind of looked at it and it was almost like a sticker was over the BOY part.
Oh, I didn't
you
even
can see
notice
like
that.
a bit of the boy
Yeah.
on it.
Well, it's funny because like when he came in and was like, "Oh, Joey, guess what?" He's like, "I was at the best place a man could be," and Joey's like, "Disneyland." I was like, for sure he said he's gonna be at the Playboy Mansion. It was like that's where he said he was gonna be. So yeah, he talks about how he saved Rhonda Jo Applegate, which is a name that we have heard before. Yeah. Because we brought it up on this podcast, and it's that's why I knew that it wasn't a real model because this girl has been on the show before.
I Googled her in hopes that they, I think that was a missed opportunity by Hef. He should have got together with the Blossom people and previewed the next episode so it would line up, be like, yeah, you want the magazine out next month.
That's great.
And that's totally Blossom. I'm surprised Hugh Hefner hasn't been on it yet already.
Hugh Hefner is shaking his fists in hell right now. Why didn't I think of that?
I know from talking to you that you said like the guest appearances are like off the charts ridiculous. So
Yep.
I was just a slice of me is waiting for Paula Abdul, but
Yeah.
it didn't come.
You wouldn't be wrong in thinking that, though. You wouldn't be wrong in thinking Hugh Hefner, Paula Abdul, like any one of them would show up in this episode.
But just Paula Abdul and the dad crushing it. Too.
Right?
Yeah.
Just over the credits. Just no
That would've been so
explanation.
hot.
Just no explanation. Just midnight noises and the visuals.
And I hope
the
that
credits.
MC Scat Cat would have been there too.
I mentioned. Oh, you took my MC Scat.
Ah, no, did I? All right, we'll cut that line.
I
out.
also wanted to say, imagine how just like I felt so bad for this girl.
Which one?
This model. Imagine the one thing you eat that day is a chicken wing and you choke on the bone. Right? Like that's a crappy day of a model.
That's a good point.
Oh my god! All right.
So then the scene ends with Tony showing Joey the centerfold, and Joey faints, and the crowd ate that up. They loved it. The crowd, the audience was going nuts at that part, but it cut quickly to the intro again.
I want to say, I already out of the gates, this felt more like an episode of Married with Children than Blossom.
Yeah, that's
Just
a good
like
point.
the guys overreacting to the female form.
Yeah.
And especially that last scene where they all come in one after another the door and the crowd's going crazy. I was like, I've seen this 100
It
times.
totally
on Married
reminded me
with
of like
Children.
Bud Bundy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Are they a live studio audience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
For sure. Yeah, it's not canned laughter. It is live because the way that the crowd reacts sometimes is like, and it happens a lot with Joey. I think it happened in this episode a lot. All right, take us to the intro, Curtis.
It asks if I want to skip it, and do I, Sal?
You never do, and we didn't today.
We didn't today. You got to see it firsthand. You got to see the truth.
It's true.
Yeah, I rock out to that song every single time, John.
I'm not gonna lie. Crushed the first one, and then I started the next episode, and I did skip.
That's okay.
But I love that song.
We'll allow it.
And you know what? You are one medical degree away from also being Dr. John, who sang the theme song.
That's true. That's a good point.
Whoa. So
Yeah.
I now need
Roll that around.
what should I go for a doctorate in? Something. The paranormal psychology.
Folklore mythology.
What's the easiest thing you can get a doctorate?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing? There's got to be one thing.
Come on, Sal.
Dude.
The easiest.
You have to dedicate your so they say it's like your master's is like writing a 10-page essay.
Yeah.
Your doctorate is you're literally writing a book.
I've always thought of the easiest way that I could win an Olympic gold medal. Yeah. I just thought of like, what's the easiest thing I could do to get an Olympic gold medal?
I just jumped sides after his description because I've literally sold a crappy book. So it's like, can't be that hard. I'm on Team Sal now, sorry.
All right. Yeah, but I was
It's
like
writing a book.
It's a lot. No. Yeah, no. And then defending that book in front of a peer review,
Yeah.
a panel of doctors.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was trying to think
So
of
what could you get it in?
what, in a doctorate?
Yeah, what do you think you can do?
I don't know. Trees? Like what's
Trees.
I'm a tree doctor. There's got to be like a stupid kind of doctor out there, like one that doesn't matter.
Whatever we say next, we're gonna totally alienate 1% of our listeners.
That's all right. I'm pretty sure no doctors are listening to this podcast.
Parapsychology.
Not real doctors, and that's my point.
All right,
It's
a
like,
doctor of thugonomics. You can do that.
Doctor. Oh my god.
like the doctor of like IKEA furniture
Yeah.
development is probably listening.
You know what? I'm cutting it through. I'm just gonna join a local wrestling federation and just that's my name.
Dr. John.
Yeah.
Dr.
love
John Cena. The best of both worlds.
That's
you can
amazing.
come out to the Blossom theme song.
Yeah.
Do that. Okay, finishing move. Blossom and Dr. John themed.
Oh, I would do it.
We got it.
The
I'm not familiar with Dr. John enough, boys. But
Oh,
I
it's gotta
am
be Blossom.
Dr.
It's gotta
John.
be like
Blossom,
Blossom and
yeah.
John Cena.
Oh, jeez.
Hold on, we'll come back
come
around
back to it, yeah.
We'll come back around on it. All
Yeah.
right. So you didn't skip the intro, and I witnessed it firsthand.
right?
I was
And
there.
did you witness me like clapping with a stupid grin on my face? Not quite in time, but
No, I didn't
A
see
little
that
bit
part.
in time.
I didn't see that part. Yeah. So we all good on the intro this week?
yeah, we're good.
So we get the 2-minute cooks of the house. Joey walks down the stairs and tells Six to give him a kiss.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Nick intervenes. He's sitting at the piano. He's like, whoa, what's going on here? Which I was thinking the exact same thing. And Joey says that 6 is his good luck charm for baseball.
Yeah. Do you remember his streak number?
No.
Who, Joey's?
Yeah.
No.
When he got a kiss, he's like, yo, I'm on a blank number streak, hitting streak.
No.
No.
Really?
No.
Gentlemen.
Did he beat the Undertaker's streak?
No.
No.
11. He was on an 11-game hitting streak.
Nice.
And like I randomly just did a Google to see if there was like what's a decent hitting streak, and like the best ever is 56 games in a row by Joe DiMaggio. So I think
That checks out.
1941. But the next guy, 11 game or 11 hit difference between the first and the second. So I found my 11. 11.
Hey.
I'd rather be on an adult 6 hitting streak, but
Yeah, 40. No, I can't. So
I meant that like sexually, not like abuse.
I'm with you.
Okay, just making sure.
Number 2 was 45 games. Willie Keeler from the Baltimore Orioles. Man, ridiculous.
So Joey's nowhere near that, but 6
He
is
did
his,
11.
6 is his superstition. Or Nick says the superstition is a little ridiculous, and then 6 goes off naming all of his stats as she's like kind of pushing Joey towards the door.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny. She was like trying to separate him from the family so that she could kiss him.
Yeah.
I thought that was good stuff.
Wait, have they kissed before? I don't know.
No, they haven't.
no.
No, so
She's been pining for it.
Yeah.
And they just out of nowhere, it's like, yo, give me this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point though, because
Really?
like you'd think when they finally kissed for the first time, it'd be some payoff.
it'd be
and
like
not,
a moment on the show,
and it
was
wasn't.
Like, yeah,
they
no,
kind of
it was
threw that away. I never
Yeah.
thought about that. That's true.
Do they end up together or is that spoilers?
We don't know for sure. I vaguely remember that being a storyline.
They
but
hadn't.
They do what?
I'm sure
5
that-
seasons. They've
yeah.
got to at some
I'm
point.
sure at some point they visit that. Yeah, so just where she's pushing him towards the door, just trying to get him out of the house so that she could like separate him from the family, and then she's like, "If it ain't broke, don't fix it." And then she kisses Joey
Well,
and
hold
shoves him
on.
out the door.
It's one long scene. She goes, "Hey, if it ain't broke," and then she turns and she gives him this super long kiss, then goes, "Don't fix it," and then pushes him out the door. And I want to know how many times Jenna Von Oy flubbed that second line on purpose, just
Just
so
to-
had to keep redoing that scene over and over, getting to
Yeah,
kiss
right.
Joey.
Yeah,
Can I
right.
keep touching
Right.
Joey? Well, how old were these kids? I don't know when.
Yeah,
They
we're not sure. They're probably around 15, 16.
You don't think they're older, being younger?
Like the legitimate actors is what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
I don't know, because how old's Maya now? She's what, in her late 30s now?
I think so.
Is she?
I don't know.
So
Maybe a touch over 40, maybe like
Maybe.
42.
It's hard to say, yeah.
She's 42.
Sure.
Lock it down.
All right.
I'm bad with celebrity. Some of them
Yeah,
just got away.
Price is
I
Right.
remember being super young and watching E.T. and I'm being like, man, Drew Barrymore
Okay,
was
I'm
my age, and now she's like 50 something.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
I literally watched front to back E.T. on the night after we did. We went out to a festival to drink,
There you go.
and there's some scenes that don't hold up.
No,
I can't imagine.
That's the same in any 80s movie.
Yeah.
But I still love E.T.
So Nick's on the phone in the kitchen with great news as Tony walks in. I said, I don't know if it could be any better news than what Tony shared with Joey earlier, but Nick says he's going to be in a Paula Abdul music video.
Really?
And then there's a good one-liner here. He says they kind of bring up this joke again because it was very topical at the time. He says he'll be on MTV, VH1. He named a couple more things. He says he'll get more exposure than Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah. Take that, Pee Wee.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't catch that joke first
really?
in. I heard Pee Wee Herman because I think I was writing a note down and I just heard Pee Wee Herman.
It was very topical. They used this joke earlier in the season.
Yeah, they're
as well.
sticking it to Pee Wee for some reason. There's
Yeah.
some actors and actresses that they just go off on unnecessarily,
Yeah.
and it's just actual beef the writers have.
Yeah.
I want to meet Paul Rubens. Be like, yo, what do you think about Blossom? He's like, yeah, I hate Blossom.
Hey, Blossom.
I hate Blossom.
What are you doing? Hey, just
Get out of the matinee.
Price is Right rules. How old Mayim Bialik is?
43.
I guess 42. You guess 43.
I'm gonna say 46.
Oh, on the fucking button.
Yeah.
Did you Google that?
I didn't Google it.
Wow, 46, really?
On the button.
Good for her.
See, so she would have to be. They would have to be like 18, wouldn't they? I can't do the math.
Oh, I won't do the math.
How old
I had
were
like
you in
I had like a
92?
52 in math.
Okay, she's 46, so she's 11 years older than me. In 92, I would have been 5. So yeah, she would have been 16.
There you go. So
Damn,
that's still
some
that's
quick
still
math.
young. That's why I always have to put the disclaimer
Joey-
adult 6 in front of my jokes.
Joey was 47 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then Blossom walks in and she's pissed that she blew her audition for the drama club. She did Hamlet's soliloquy and couldn't remember the words. And Six said she totally blew it and she was humiliated for her. Yeah, I've been there.
You what?
I've blown it on, dumb presentations and stuff. I gotta give a wedding speech on Saturday, man. I'm like,
Nervous?
yeah, dude, I don't want to blow it.
I'll do it for you.
Okay, done.
I will be extra bad, so you can come up and dunk on me and be like, "Whoa, I sure picked the wrong MC," and everyone will laugh, and then I'll take that bullet for you. And then it doesn't matter what you say, so everyone will
That's
be
a
like,
good
"Yeah."
point. That's a good point.
I've already
I'm down.
established myself as the biggest letdown ever.
What?
Yeah, I'll go up there and I'll just bomb.
No.
That's very generous of you, but
I will.
yeah, okay.
Read your book.
Yes, I will.
I will read a chapter from my book.
A reading of my book.
And now reading from. Well, because you have a pen name.
C.J. Anderson. Yeah,
And now reading.
Who could that be?
C.J. Anderson.
I wonder.
that's too easy. How about Curtis James A?
L. Simpson.
Lisa S.
So Six wants Blossom to join the debate team with her, and Blossom said she's a choker.
Yeah, she's a city, right? She
Yeah.
says she's a
Wait.
a choker, and I lean forward.
Yeah.
Hold the phone here. Is there a theme going on here? Like
In what way?
the sense where somebody actually choked, June choked, and now Blossom's choking.
Oh yeah.
I really thought they were gonna bridge that
they
at some
doing
point.
I didn't
They
even.
didn't.
I didn't even put that together.
It was a bridge to nowhere.
Why wasn't this episode called the choke? Why was it called Losers Win?
Yeah, who are the losers?
Yeah.
here?
What does it even mean?
Oh, I put Jenna Von Oy has a 5 head in this episode. What is up with her hair? It's completely pulled back.
Is it like the Elaine wall?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Blossom admits she's a choker, and then she makes a list of things she can't be because she will choke. And
Right.
at the end of the list is, quote, Indian chief.
Yeah.
Because that's, you can't choke if you're a, quote, Indian chief. You can't.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either, but
Yeah.
it got the audience laughing.
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Because
I have
it's
no idea.
1992.
Blossom said that she'd be able to do the debate club if she could talk about issues that mean something to her. She went on about world peace and equality for women.
No, she didn't go on about world peace. She went on about how did she choke?
Yeah.
It was weird.
Well, that was later on, but that's...
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was talking about, that issues that mean something to her she could talk about. And then she has a vision of her giving a speech in front of the UN, and they have like reaction shots of like the actual UN spliced in of them clapping, which is pretty funny. And her reaction at the end was really good.
I was impressed. They couldn't get Paula Abdul, but they got the United Nations.
Yeah, right? They got all of the United Nations.
To agree to be on Blossom.
Yeah.
Like, imagine the trail of paperwork.
Yeah.
Right?
Boutros, Gali.
We have assembled everything to your just specifications. Everything you requested. What do you think, Boutros?
Imagine hearing the word hat in so many different languages.
Right.
It'd be amazing.
Oh man, I
Right?
think I would just like a shaded place to sit down with some water if I was one of those people.
Yeah. Okay.
So Blossom says she'll give the debate team a shot.
Because they're gonna ask
You know what the United Nations is, right?
Dude, I legitimately was standing in the United
That's
Nation as a
amazing.
child.
That's
I'll
amazing.
show you a photo album
I wanna
one
see a
day
photo.
in my life of me standing in the United Nations.
At the wedding, just like interrupt me and be like, I got the photo. And come running up. And I'll be like, I'll be honest, I didn't believe this man, but
Yeah.
here's proof. Imagine if that was the day they were shooting this episode of Blossom.
Oh my god.
That would have been great.
No, but if I was one of those guys and they said, "What do you need?" and I'm bouncing around to every country, I don't know what their customs are, so I'm just like, give me a place to sit down
In the shade.
with some water.
It's a pretty simple request.
Thank you.
So in the kitchen again.
And yet it still would have got you shot in like 3 places.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Those places where you have to go like days to get water,
Right.
You just
They've been like this.
some of the water, bro. I'd give them the water if I had enough. Not all of it.
If it's just for me, I ain't sharing.
Well, I mean, how long
Isn't
am
that
I
the
here?
spirit of the United Nations?
Yeah, totally.
All right, so Six wants Blossom to join the debate club to get her confidence up, and somehow, some reason, Blossom agrees.
Yeah. Well, it's after she has that vision of the United Nations. She's like, yeah, I'll do it. So in the kitchen again, Joey's asking Tony to tell him the story about how he saved Rhonda Joe.
And they're
While he's like looking,
gawking at the centerfold.
While he's looking at the centerfold, Joey asks if he kept the chicken bone. Tony was like, "Of course not." He's like, "Nobody ever thinks of me."
I have a question. So this model was choking the entire time till the paramedics got there?
Apparently,
That's
She
a
would've
long
died.
time to choke.
Oh, actually, 1 second here.
Okay, we got more facts.
I did.
How long
us
can
with
you
the facts.
choke before you die?
I don't know.
I guess
I don't
we'll
know.
find out Saturday when I'm MC at the wedding.
Did you guys know
here's the picture, and here's the fun fact about choking.
this is actually about the Heimlich maneuver? She would have most likely died is because how long do you think the paramedics would get to be in that location, find her, and then
least
start
10
applying?
minutes.
At least
10
yeah,
minutes? Okay,
probably.
she's
It's
dead.
L.A., man.
She's 100% dead.
Yeah.
Because I would think like minutes or maybe 2 minutes, 4 minutes without oxygen, because it says choking robs the brain of oxygen, which can cause brain cells to die in minutes. So like you're done, Sanka. But
She's done, but her career isn't.
did you know Henry?
Kidding, I love models. You're smart folk.
Do you guys know Henry Judah Heimlich?
He's that the creator of the
I would
Heimlich?
assume, yeah.
100%. He was a thoracic surgeon born in 1920, and I think he developed or at least popularized or got known for the Heimlich maneuver, I think in the 70s, because it says up until the 70s. Most people responded to choking.
Most people
emergency.
just die.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they would just slap you on the back, and then it would actually force the foreign object further down the airway. You know, so this guy came up with the Heimlich maneuver, but he was later in trouble because in more recent years, Dr. Heimlich damaged his credibility by publicly promoting some ideas that were not supported by the medical community at large. He was trying to treat drowning victims with the Heimlich maneuver. He was really pushing the Heimlich maneuver.
I thought you were going to say he was practicing on a bunch of women that weren't choking.
No, it does get dark.
Okay, sorry.
He also tried treating Lyme disease,
With the
cancer,
Heimlich maneuver?
and HIV patients
With the Heimlich maneuver?
by purposefully
Cutting all that.
by infecting them with malaria.
Wow. This Heimlich sounds like a stand-up guy.
But I mean, most of us are like, oh yeah, that's the guy. He did all that stuff. So
I thought he was just like punching random strangers in the stomach, and one happened to be choking. Was like, whoa, I'm onto
I
something
did it.
here. Then everyone
What was that? It was the Heimlich.
Everyone just put him on his shoulders and started cheering, carrying him around. He's like, yeah.
Heimlich. We love you, Heimlich.
I love you, Heimlich.
Make love to me, Heimlich, please.
What? Do the maneuver. No.
Me and stop me from choking.
So Joey asked Joey straight up asked Tony if he touched them, and Tony said, "Of course." And I was like, I don't know if I like where this is going.
Right.
I don't know
starting to get uncomfortable.
So Tony says he performed the Heimlich maneuver. Whoa!
Yeah.
Then he said he did mouth to mouth. Whoa! And then an external heart massage, and then Joey makes like the weirdest sound. But it was
it
hilarious.
whoa? That's what Joey says.
Well, he said it twice, and then the third time he was just like, ah. It was hilarious.
Because I think he was orgasming. That was the joke.
Somewhat, yeah. Yeah, so then...
I don't think I have a full thread on like Blossom's dirty. Like there's some raunchy stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of things that they sneak in there.
1 second.
There you go.
Nick walks in, and he's excitedly telling Joey...
Hold on. Nick walks in to see his son's ogling porn in the middle of the kitchen. It's just another day in the Russo house.
Yeah, that
He
was
just
like...
keeps going.
They didn't even like... Joey didn't even like try to hide it or anything. He was just like... he was like, oh, hey, Dad. Like...
Did you have like a magazine and like did you hide it from your parents or were you just like, yo, check it out?
No, well, no, I don't think I had like a Playboy or anything, but like, no, I mean, like if I did, I probably would have hidden it. Yeah, for sure.
My son listens to this podcast, so I've never thought about another woman other than his mother.
I mean, that's my answer too.
You've only thought about my wife?
Yeah, I've only thought about your wife.
No, his mom.
But even as a kid though, like I remember, I juked somebody's like Playboy once when I was a kid. But also my other buddy, he had a stack of it by his bathroom. So if you went to the bathroom, you just rock Playboy.
That's progressive.
Yeah. So then Nick walks in at this part and he's telling them that he was working with Paula Abdul and he's going to be in her next music video, but she's not going to be naked, so Joey doesn't care.
Yeah, that's where I was getting a little uncomfortable. Yeah. I've evolved as a person.
Yeah.
Because that's where I was getting. I'm like, all right. I mean, I get it. Do the kind of like Playboy whatever.
That's Joey's whole thing, though. He's a very horny teenager.
This is where I said, is he going to be her MC Scat Cat?
Ah, nice.
All right.
Totally.
Wait, okay. Explain.
MC Scat Cat was like the little cartoon cat that was in
the 2 Steps Forward, 2 Steps Back video, which is about so painfully 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll know MC Scat Cat.
I need a picture. I'm going to find one.
All right.
I did think, though, in John's defense, that we would have a Paula Abdul cameo.
I know, right?
So random.
Yeah. It's random enough that I can totally see it happening. Nick says that he has to learn all the dance moves to the video in the afternoon. They're like, you can't learn all the dance moves in one afternoon. And there's a hard cut of Nick falling over in the living room trying to dance. And then he gets up and he's doing like this like crazy routine, and the crowd is going ape.
I have to admit, I thought that was pretty funny because that was like actually looked like something Paula Abdul would have been doing in the 80s, like the running in place and the like fluffing of hair.
Yeah, fair enough.
I did enjoy that.
Yeah. So Nick's dancing awkwardly. Joey and Tony are not impressed. But as I said, the crowd loved it, and then he falls over again. You
want to know the craziest Paula Abdul fact I learned, because I do that like classic rock radio show every Saturday. She was on set trying to teach Tawny Katane how to dance in the Whitesnake video for Here I Go Again on My Own.
Really?
Yeah, and instead she's just like flailing and kicking. Like if you watch the video, how embarrassing must that be for Paula Abdul, who like was a former cheerleader and like one of the best dancers in the world, and she's trying to teach Tawny Katane, who's just doing her own thing, and it's like, yeah, Paula Abdul taught me this.
Wow.
Paula Abdul is like one of the best dancers from music videos ever.
And she's credited as teaching Tawny Katane how to do that dance she does on the hood of the car in the Whitesnake video, which she must like wake up screaming at night. That's part of her legacy.
You sure you just don't want me to do it? No. We're good. Totally. We want Tawny Katane.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and she starts like lifting her legs. Like, no one. All right. And the Whitesnake guys are like, brilliant. Yeah. We love it.
We love it.
What outfits were they wearing in the video? The Whitesnake guys. It was tight pants, leather,
and probably pirate shirts.
Gotta be pirate shirts. Yeah, gotta be pirate shirts.
And then she married one of those guys.
Oh yeah, that's
Tawny
right.
Katane.
Damn. And then she was on the Surreal Life many years later.
And then she died.
What?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
She's dead.
who?
Tawny
Tawny
Katana.
Katana.
Sorry, I thought we were talking about you. I was on the Paula Abdul train for a second.
Oh,
Yes,
Paula's
Past
fine.
Paula Abdul.
he had a good run.
That's true. All right, so too many cooks at the house. Six walks in, says they're going to be late for debate class. And Blossom says she's not going because she has to talk in front of the whole class today. And she was practicing public speaking in her mirror the night before, and she froze.
And she's dressed like Minnie Mouse for some reason.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah,
Okay.
the polka dots. Yeah.
Thank you for recognizing that too.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, man, okay, why? That's a little bit strange. The bow. Do you think they know that they're NBC, right? Never
Yeah,
mind.
it has nothing. It's just another outfit in the crappy line of Blossom fashion. So Blossom said she's going to drop out of the class, and Six says if she does, she's going to take an F. There's only one way to get out of an F in public speaking. You got to talk your way out of it.
Damn.
Pause for laughter.
Right? So in the class, the teacher's looking for volunteers to start speaking. And
But hold on. First, we got the Too Many Cooks school edition, and it was like 90 degrees. Did you notice that?
No.
It was like so tilted. It was like the Batman 69. Like when you see a villain, and it was like that. I had no idea what they were trying to get across there.
Camera guy just left the camera and recorded and went to lunch.
The Teamster was not having it. He'd already worked his like 3.5 hours for the day. He was like, I'm just locking off on the tripod. I'm not even going to adjust the bubble. I don't care. You're on your own.
So in the class, the teacher picks Six to start speaking, and then she goes on one of her classic Six rants about how she can't talk off the top of her head and why she shouldn't go first. And it was great.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
really
She killed
good.
it. She knocked that out of the park.
I can't believe how quickly and eloquently
Yeah.
she slammed that out.
And that's kind of like that's what Six was known for, but there hasn't been a lot of it up to this point in the show.
Absolute tour de force.
Yeah, it
and
was
I was
great.
hoping the audience would clap for that, even though it wasn't a joke.
Yeah,
and they did.
They did. They gave her a clap
Yeah.
at the end. Yeah, it was great. So then Blossom tries it, and this is the part where she starts like croaking.
Yeah.
She does like this weird thing, and then she starts playing charades about what she's going to talk about.
What was the noise? Come on, someone make it.
I don't recall. I remember.
She was like, wah. Yeah.
Isn't that the sound Sweet D makes?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't something
yeah.
like make her puke or
Yeah,
gag?
that's right. Yeah, it was totally like that. Yeah. But then she does like charades and says world peace, and the teacher's like all excited when
Super
she gets
into
it
it.
right.
I don't think she actually says world peace. I think she's like,
Yeah.
and then they just like, yeah, world peace.
Yeah. So
There's something I want to say, but there's no. I'm not putting that on tape. Yeah.
all right. Blossom bails. She just runs out of the class.
Yeah.
And as she runs out, Six is like, I thought you made some really good points. It's a commercial break.
Oh yeah, commercials.
Right?
Did you notice Blossom's earrings in this
No,
scene though?
I did not.
On one side there was like an earth dangling, and then on the other side she had like 17 hoops. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. While she was making seal noises, I was just transfixed.
And dressed like Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, I was just transfixed by her
Yeah.
accoutrements.
So Blossom
Etc. Accoutrement.
Blossom's sulking in the kitchen. Six is trying to cheer her up. Blossom says she could be the Heimlich poster girl and starts faking choking. And I was like, oh, there's going to be a connection here. Then, sure enough, Tony runs in.
Anthony comes in and starts to hump her.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Starts humping his sister.
Yo, the real Dr. Heimlich. Are you drowning in the grotto? I got the Heimlich maneuver. I got the Heimlich maneuver.
This looks like AIDS
I
to
was gonna
me.
say, AIDS, you say? I
Yeah.
got a thing for that.
Lyme disease. Those poor people. No, they gave those people malaria.
That's,
Malaria. I only know one cure for that. Turn around.
Poor doctor.
Aren't you supposed to be like grabbing at my stomach? Shut up.
shut up. Shut up with your mouth.
Who's the doctor?
Listen to me. I'm
I'm the doctor here. My name is goddamn Dr. Heimlich.
You know the move.
Yeah.
Do the move.
Do I really have to be naked for this?
Yeah.
I'm a doctor, damn it.
I'm a doctor, damn it. You'll do what I say.
Do the move.
Tony
Do you want me
basically
to get
says,
this?
like,
Do you want me to get this sliver out or not?
Do the move.
It's his cure all.
Oh my
Man, I would love to see a Dr. Heimlich like infomercial late at night on
Right.
like Fox.
All me.
Just the scrolling ailments that it cures.
yeah.
Are you choking right now? Call 1-900-888.
AIDS, broken toe. The sniffles. COVID-19.
Asterisk future.
Yeah, this disease has not been invented yet.
Monkeypox.
So they hear Nick falling over in the living room. So they go in to see what's
outbreak. Sorry, yeah.
They go in to see what's going on, and then he hits his head. He jumps off the couch and hits his head on the ceiling and falls over.
How tall is their father? He's
very
big
tall.
guy.
Yeah.
He's a tall dude.
I wrote, I wish Anthony would run in and start humping Nick from behind, and that was just like his new thing.
Yeah.
He would just not be there until he'd run in suddenly and start trying to give someone the Heimlich maneuver for
Tony, no!
Oh God, it's Tony!
No,
we're fine.
They have a spray bottle.
We're fine.
They have like a spray bottle, like with a cat. They're like, get up, get up.
Everybody has to just quickly do that like Mario jump where you just land, you jump and kick your feet, don't land on your butt, so he doesn't try to give you the Heimlich. No, Tony.
Is he always in his ambulance gear?
No,
Kind of his thing.
it's
A lot.
like his thing now.
I know it's his gimmick, but like I wasn't sure. Like in my mind, like that entire episode, he was in his like gear.
Yeah,
No.
it was just valid for that one.
He's an actor in demand, so they probably have to shoot all his scenes at once, like over the course of an hour.
Sure.
He was like, I got audition for The Dark Knight.
He's like, I'm gonna be on Empty Nest after this.
The Dark Knight, man, 2008.
Yeah.
Ready to call. I'm gonna be henchman number 3. I can't miss that audition.
Yeah, right.
You ever heard of a gnome named Norm? The director's looking at me as a lead for a new. I don't know.
You just see him
Damn it! I lost to Anthony Michael Hall again.
He's trying to give everyone the Heimlich.
So you have any?
Oh,
special-
sorry. This was my last show.
Okay, so in this scene, Christopher Bale will no, Anthony, no.
God damn it, Anthony. Yeah, so Blossom and Six are laughing at Nick, but they think it's cool that he's in the music video. And then Blossom tells Nick that she quit the debate club. She said, I made a bigger fool of myself than you're going to in the music video. Which is pretty funny. Yeah, so then Blossom bails upstairs, and then Six is trying to talk to Nick about Blossom. And then Joey comes down demanding a kiss from Six.
And she like makes him wait for it. It's really weird.
Yeah,
it's a really
this
shift
was
of power.
Yeah, it was odd. Like
you know what? I didn't mind that part as much, to be honest. Because I'm like, all right, I get the story that they're trying to tell, that at least they're giving Six a revenge. It's like, yo, screw you, Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
but she's so into him.
Yeah,
that-
I know, but it's, I think that's the whole point.
She
is that,
should be jumping up and down.
No,
Yeah.
but not in
But
those
she was like very
moments.
dismissive. She's like, "Not now, Joey. I'm talking about Blossom." And then like,
I'm talking.
and then she like basically gets Joey to get her to praise her. To get him to like praise her before she does it.
She's like, "Did you think of me last night?" And before he answers, she goes, "Lie to me." And he's like, "Yes." I was like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, then he kisses her and he's like so not down and he leaves. So up in Blossom's room, she's playing the funeral song.
Hold on.
All right.
So then as he gets to the door, it cuts back to her and she tries to, what's the word I'm looking for?
What?
Sexily say, "Go get him, Tiger."
Oh, yeah, that's right,
And I was
yeah.
like, I thought I wanted sexy Jenna Von Oy, but it turns out I don't.
I do not.
That was terrible. I was like, huh.
I think she's got some experience in her sultriness now.
She's like a mom of like 3 now.
I know, but exactly.
Yeah.
Jenna knows what's up. She,
Gotta learn a thing or two if you're gonna be a mom of 3.
That's a good point.
those kids ain't come out of nowhere.
It's those ladies with only one kid that you're like,
Yeah, you're like, honey, come on, you can try a little.
That was planned, or that was one time you messed up.
Yeah. So
3
yeah.
and up. They'll teach you things.
Yeah.
Right?
Not twins? Oh, Jenna Von Oy.
Oy vey.
Is she,
Right?
is
True
she-
story. I don't know if she ever did like a Maxim photo shoot, but if she did, the cover would have been, "Oh boy, Jenna Von Oy."
Was she a
Right?
Jewish girl?
I don't know.
That's a good question. I never thought. I've never thought this hard about
Von Oy.
Jenna Von Oy before.
I have no idea.
I
do
just
have-
know she left Blossom, became like a fitness model,
But
and
on the-
then became a mom.
On the same vibe of her name, is 6 ever explained?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet, but does it get? Yeah, you're
I have
don't
no
know.
idea.
We have no
Just
idea.
went out to him.
6.
Yeah, we're going through this one at a time, man.
Maybe they'll have like a Hanukkah episode in the future.
Yeah, they might.
Right?
They might, yeah.
She'd be
Well,
like, "Hey,
she's like
Blossom.
French in this show, isn't she?
Hey, Blossom, check out this dreidel."
Boy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could be a French Jew. I don't know.
Whoa!
Is that offensive?
I don't know.
No. French.
It seemed like it was.
I mean, Jew is such a word that it's like, is that offensive?
You just the way you said it and knowing who you are, I felt that must have been a joke and I reacted to it, but I don't think it was. I think it was just straight, so I apologize.
You did drop it hard though. It's like we're playing cards. You dropped
You dropped
that
It
card.
was your delivery, not what you said. It was the way you said it.
Okay.
Fru is kind of a funny word. Like not quite frock, not quite a do. It's a fru. French Jew.
Yeah,
That's nice. It's gentle.
Yeah, that's
subtle.
good. He's a fruit.
What did the guy at the toy store say today about the reissues? They were free issues. He put an F in front of some word too.
What?
Yeah. When we were
What
buying
toy
video
store?
games, or at the video game place, he came up with a word I'd never heard before too. When we were talking about like the reissued stuff.
But I don't know.
Okay, never mind. That was just a crazy coincidence because he literally just put an F in front of some common word and he's like, "That's what they're called." And I was like, "I don't believe you, but okay, cool."
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't.
He McDonald's you.
Yeah, I was like, "Thank you. I would like to purchase this. I'll be going now."
All right, man, you already have my money. You don't need to make up fancy words.
Do you
Like,
want?
quit getting in my car?
Do you want to buy my Mick PlayStation 5?
I am not giving you the Heimlich maneuver, son.
All right, moving on. Blossom's up in her room. She's playing the funeral song on her trumpet. Nick comes in to
What?
talk to her.
She
She's playing like that.
Taps?
I don't know what it's called. They played it like Remembrance Day and stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, like the last post?
I don't know.
Isn't it?
Or
is
like
it taps?
bwah, 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 bwah.
No, she's just like I don't know. Whatever.
I'm
Okay, I'm
sure
with
it's
you.
called taps.
Taps?
Yeah. The like. Because I remember one time I said, "Man, this audio has more taps than Remembrance Day," and everyone got so mad.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I thought, yeah.
All right.
One say, at my funeral, I'm requesting, and I guess I want this on record, I want the Undertaker's theme song to play start to finish.
Yeah.
Done.
Which
That could be
one?
arranged.
Original.
You
Not
don't-
original.
You don't want the one from the Attitude Era? It's like, "Oh, nah,
No, none of that. You know what? I want it to start.
We'll get a guy dressed up as Paul Bearer too. Just come in
I'll be like,
oh,
if you after you see me MC this man's wedding, I'll totally understand if you want me to MC your funeral.
You're already
I'll
hired.
be like,
You're
he
hired.
requested, it's a little unorthodox, but he requested the Undertaker's theme song to play, and they would be like, rolling, 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 ha! Keep rolling, rolling, rolling.
and then we'll actually get the Undertaker to ride a motorcycle around your coffin.
And I'll actually get Limp Bizkit to play that, because I can probably
Yeah,
get
you
him there
probably
for like
can, yeah.
$25.
No, boys. I'm down.
All right, so yeah, back in Blossom's room, she's putting her trumpet away, and I noticed the stickers on her trumpet case.
I know
She
I
had-
am interjecting with the flow, but I do have a question. Is this instrument a regulars for her? Like,
Yes,
is this
she's
like
like-
she's a Lisa
yeah.
Simpson
Yeah, she
saxophone?
plays the trumpet. Yeah.
Okay.
So on her trumpet case,
comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's got a sticker that says "No nukes," and she's got a SeaWorld sticker. On
No
there.
nuke. Hey, gotta
Yeah.
nuke something.
Yeah, nuke the whales.
Those cancel.
Yeah, right. Nuke the whales. So Blossom does like a callback.
Hasn't seen Blackfish.
And she looks like Blossom. Man, how many times have you said that on this?
Just once.
You're welcome.
We actually tried to think of like the Simpsons have referenced everything. Is there a Blossom reference on the Simpsons?
Yes.
And then like the next week I came back with that because I was like, she looks like Blossom.
Yeah.
How did you not instantaneously?
I couldn't remember
That's
that.
deeply ingrained in me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Blossom does a callback to how she froze on her PSATs.
I like that. They mentioned a former episode.
Right?
Oh.
How she froze during her drama audition.
I feel I didn't know that connection.
And now this. Nyx basically says she'll end up living in a closet if she thinks that way. And then Nick says he used to have stage fright, and then someone once told him to picture the audience naked. Blossom goes, did that work? He goes, no, the first time I did it, I was at Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Everybody
How old
was
is
naked.
this guy? He looks beautiful.
Well, we found out in the previous episode he graduated in 1970,
Right.
right?
Oh, that's
and
right.
Also, you'll notice he goes, if you don't overcome this, you'll end up living in a closet, which is kind of what happened in the previous episode as well.
Oh, that's
And
right.
I wrote, man, Roxy Wank Evans' new assistant is
Yeah.
just killing it
He's
with
just
like
killing it with the
connecting these dots.
continuity, yeah.
It's like,
That's
you gotta
right.
tie this together. People love that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Totally. Oh, that's right. I did write callback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy sounds like he's lived a musical life. Like everything's gone ridiculously well.
Yeah, except that
his wife left him with
except
3 kids.
Except that, like, it hasn't, because he's, like, on the show, he's, like, dirt poor and, like, barely hanging on. So it's, like, weird. And then he'll get an episode where he's in a Paula Abdul music video.
Yeah.
There's, like, no continuity with, like, his musical career. It's, like,
Yeah.
one episode he's playing piano at a mall at Christmas time, and the next he's in a Paula Abdul music video, or he's, like, on The Tonight Show. Like,
It's show business, man.
that's showbiz, baby.
I think that's actually a fair representation
Yeah, fair enough.
of those backup folks who
Yeah,
just
fair enough.
What do they call them? Like, I'm a house musician.
Yeah, fair enough. And then Blossom says she doesn't want to picture the debate club naked. She's already suffered enough.
I wrote savage.
Nick ends up agreeing with Blossom, and then Blossom's like shocked that she wasn't gonna like help inspire her, and then leaves. And she's like, "This reverse psychology won't work." And then he just yells, "You're absolutely right." And then like the face she makes is like, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. And this is where we drop in the audio clip from Super Troopers. Watch out for this guy, master of reverse psychology.
Amazing. All right, back on track here.
We're at the debate club the next day.
Yeah, they're doing cats versus dogs. And I said, speaking about dogs, is some schmo from an all-boys school. Blossom says he looks like Dan Quayle, which is a reference that I didn't look up.
Yeah.
Who's Dan Quayle?
He was a news
was
guy,
a-
wasn't he?
No, I think Dan Quayle was a presidential candidate. I thought.
Okay.
No, maybe. He was former vice president of the United States.
There it is.
There it is.
I only know Dan Quayle because I think they mentioned him in The Simpsons a bunch.
Yeah, for sure. So Blossom starts speaking about cats, and she's picturing everybody naked. They're all...
That was uncomfortable for me, and you know what it was? The only thing that kind of tripped me out, like the ties around the necks was fine, but the guys who had like the stamp of the school logo on their chest, I'm like just weirded out by that more than anything, because you know what? The makeup department came to mind, and it's like, I gotta put the glue on the thing and stick it to the children. I'm like, this is uncomfortable.
I didn't notice that. I just was laughing at the teacher because like his whole like matter of fact, like while he was completely naked, like it must have been so.
I didn't
awkward.
even notice they had the school stamp
Yeah,
on
I
their
didn't either,
chest.
to be honest. That's hilarious.
Well, did it like? It also reminded me of like a Saved by the Bell. Like it should have had like the
Yeah,
pink.
The pink, like
Yeah, and like
nah, that's Blossom doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Blossom,
in boxer shorts.
yeah, Blossom doesn't quite do that when they do like flashbacks. It's like sometimes
They don't put the Vaseline on the lens.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty abrupt sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, they start like going back and forth heavy on the debate, cats versus dogs, and then Blossom claps back.
Yeah. Wait, this was and how did this end the debate?
Yeah, she was like, "Dogs eat their own vomit," and everybody claps.
And that's how she won. And like that's it. It's like
But
wait,
but she didn't win the debate. She broke the rules. Apparently, we find out later
because there was no rebuttal.
I don't really know.
Can't talk about eating puke.
That's
That's probably why I never joined debate club, because that would be my thing every single time.
talking
Wait a
about
second.
eating your own puke.
Yeah.
Did you have a debate?
I'd be like, well, President Obama eats his own puke.
Storm.
It'd be like, what's his name from The Office when he's in improv class and just keeps shooting
Michael?
everyone?
Boom,
Yeah,
hit you, Michael
that's-
Scott. Yeah.
That's it.
Wait. So, did you guys have a debate club?
I
don't
believe
remember.
I did in high.
If
I
we
think
did,
I
was
think
very
good high
far
schools
removed.
did, but mine didn't. I
We
knew people
certainly
who
did.
were in the debate club.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember doing like debate in like English class. There was like we had like a whole debate like module, I guess,
Yeah.
or whatever you call it, where it was like,
Sounds lame.
yeah, it was pretty lame. School was lame.
Yeah.
What? No. Would you go on cats or dogs? Where would you do?
If I had to choose now, I would choose dogs. If I was choosing in high school, I would have chosen cats.
All right, debate.
What?
Who's for cats? I'm on dogs too. Are you cats? No, you're dogs too.
I'm
aren't you?
dogs. Yeah.
Okay, I think we're all
There's no
dogs.
debate
I don't
then.
think there's a debate here.
We did it.
All right.
All right, I'll
we
go-
solved.
I'll
we
go-
solved world peace.
I'll go cats. They bury their crap.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Dogs don't do that.
They box though, and like the smell is putrid. I can't. There's like something unique about a cat.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Actually, surprisingly, Alicia, for whatever reason, we were talking about like when our dogs go, we're like, and then I was like, yeah, I don't want to get like another dog like right away. Like I want to, have a break of like a dog-free life. And she's like, well, we need like some kind of animal in the house. We should get a cat. And I was like, I don't want a cat. And she's like, why? I was like, I don't want to like scratch up our furniture
Yeah.
and then like the litter that nobody's ever gonna want to clean.
You don't want your son to grow up as a cat kid.
Yeah.
I grew up as a cat.
Me too.
Yeah.
And look at us. We're doing a Blossom podcast.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
In our adult years.
Right? No, don't do it.
I
No,
blame the cat.
The other thing, you know, if I was in a
Because
legitimate
we're a bunch of that's why.
cat,
I mean, somebody had to say it.
if I was legitimately in a cat versus dog debate, I would bring up the weird tongue that cats have. Have you ever gotten like a
Like
cat
a rough
lick your
tongue?
hand?
It's like
some-
sandpaper.
Yeah. Buzz and Nick are sitting at the couch ogling the Playboy.
Right?
Buzz got his hands over his crotch, and I do not like this.
Yeah.
I do not like this version of Buzz whenever he pops
That's
up.
probably because the actor really was aroused, even though it wasn't a real Playboy. Just like the idea of this
Is this
scene.
his only scene in the episode?
I
I
think
feel like
so.
he wasn't even supposed to be here. He's like, Playboy! I thought I'd just come by the set today, boys.
Yeah, totally. Because like, he knew those girls were on set.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the older guy?
Yeah, that's
Is that
Buzz.
the grandpa?
That's their grandpa.
Yeah,
that's-
it's a long,
it's the mom's
convoluted
dad.
story.
I'm good for
Long,
that.
convoluted story.
Yeah. He only popped up in season 2, and we're hoping that he's gone by the end of it. So yeah, they're ogling the Playboy on the couch, and then they're asking Tony to tell the story of how they saved her again. And he's like so fed up with telling the story at this point. It's pretty weird. Joey comes in psyched that he struck out at baseball.
So he doesn't have to. He's so excited he doesn't have to kiss 6 anymore.
Yeah. And then it turns out that his lucky charm was actually wearing his underwear backwards, and he forgot to do it today. So 6 kissing him was just a coincidence.
The jackets that he wore were unbelievable.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
If I could get those right now, I don't think I could even have the confidence to wear them. But my God, they're just tremendous.
They are so. His
Wardrobe is...
through the whole show.
And
was
I guess
amazing.
the best way to describe it is like one of them was like a white bomber jacket with like leopard print, rainbow striped tie dyes. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
He's got some good jackets. He's got the 8-ball jacket.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, he's got some good wardrobe.
Oh.
Yeah, Blossom and 6 walk in. Blossom's all happy.
They're super jazzed.
Yeah, she's happy that she lost the debate, but happy that she went through it.
And
then-
Buzz says, "You're raising a wonderful family of losers, Nick."
So is that what losers win is?
I guess.
Is that the
Oh
reference?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because
I never thought of it. He
he
should've
basically calls his grandchildren losers.
He should have looked right into the camera and said that.
Yeah. So, cuts to the next scene. Joey's in the living room. The doorbell's ringing like a whole bunch. It's all good. Yeah, the doorbell's ringing like a whole bunch, and this is like another callback Joey thing because he does this when the phone rings too.
Yeah.
He's like, guys, the phone's ringing. Who's gonna answer it? And he was doing that with the doorbell too. And then he opens the door, and it's Rhonda Joe Applegate.
Hold on, though. We missed an important part.
Wow.
Right before this, when the gals come home happy, Blossom's like, "Dad, I used your idea, and I pictured everyone naked." And he's like, "Oh, it worked." And she's like, "Yeah, it worked so well. I did it also a few times on the way home." And then he makes the most over-the-top, like,
Oh yeah,
face into the camera.
yeah.
I picked
That's becoming like Nick's thing though too, like that weird, like that eye roll that he does.
I don't even know what this was.
Yeah, he does that look a whole bunch. It's like the gym looking right into the camera. That's
Yeah.
like his thing. Yeah, so the doorbell's ringing a whole bunch, and Rhonda Joe Applegate's at the door.
Look who's back.
And she's wearing the same black dress. It's the exact same.
Wait, did you hear the doorbell?
There it is.
No.
So yeah, we've seen this girl before on the show. But she's back
Yeah.
as a different character. Joey's basically just grunting at her like a caveman. He's just so shocked he can't even talk. And then it turns out Tony is giving them CPR lessons to all the playmates. And then this is what you were talking about, like the totally
This seems like Married with Children.
Married with Children. They all start walking in one by one, and Tony's like, "This is Miss January, February, March." And then I said, for some reason, the crowd loved Miss April.
Yeah.
The crowd cheered when Miss April came
Her
in.
friends must have been there. I will give them credit. I thought he was going to go through all the months.
Yeah.
And I was going to be like, wait, wasn't Applegate June?
I picked.
Oh, but he said
But
that.
he's like,
He said
and we
it.
know
Yeah.
she's June. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
He was
got me.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked out my birthday.
I didn't. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're both May. Who was May good?
She had a green bikini. I don't even think it was a bikini. It might have been a bodysuit.
Oh, okay.
They were all great. But I mean, I felt bad for them all. Those
Yeah, right.
were they playmates? Were they just
they were probably,
you know?
I don't know.
They were probably just girls who were, hey, you want to be on TV for $20?
Yeah.
You know?
Keep walking. That's Buddy's.
Now I feel bad because I didn't ogle November, which is my birthday.
Well, we can go back, I guess. So Joey's like frozen looking at them. And then Tony's like, oh, don't worry. If you're nervous, just picture them naked. And then he faints again. And then he gets them all to carry them to the couch to perform mouth to mouth.
And suddenly Jenna, like,
Six runs in and pushes them all out of the way. And he's like, I'll do this.
Yeah, she was out of my way, sweetheart. And like, I have to admit, that's one of the best endings.
Like
that
wrap
show.
up.
Yeah,
like a wrap up
they always fumble right at the
Yeah,
end.
they always fumble the ending and they stick the landing on this one.
Even if it was a great episode, the ending always sucks. The like
Stephen
freeze
King
frame.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
this one
for
was
sure.
This one was great.
This one was a good callback. Yeah, they did it. And that's how the episode ends. So we get a credit scene, which doesn't always happen.
Like, if you were Jenna Von Oy acting that scene, wouldn't that have just been like an absolute blast?
Yeah.
Like, imagine being like a teenager, like, and getting to run in, like, push over a bunch of like bodybuilding dudes and be like, no, I'm gonna make out with the girl. Like, that's a story to tell the rest of your life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so then we get a credit scene. So what happens in that?
They're learning the Paula Abdul
yeah.
dance.
And then they crush it. Like they start crip walking.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
Like Blossom starts dancing, and it's like I can't. It's like the heel.
Yep.
Like she does the heel dance. It looks impressive, but then she starts this walk, and it's. I mean, the whole thing's like I can't do it, and I want to.
Yeah.
But I think like if kids can do dancing online, I can learn how to do that crip walk, the Blossom crip walk.
I have to fall on my sword, Sal, because I know you're probably going to bring this up, so I'm just going to do it first. Ever since this show started, every episode, I've commented how every time there's like a Jenna Von Oy and Mayim, whatever her name is, dance scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Six always looks like she actually knows what she's doing, and the Blossom actress is like just kind of going through the motions, but doesn't have any actual rhythm whatsoever. She crushed this.
Well,
She
they also
absolutely
put her
crushed
next to Nick too, which is
Yeah,
like,
but I thought she did really, because I was watching for it. I was going to bring it up about how, because we all know Joey Lawrence can dance.
Yeah, and he was really good. Yeah.
So I wasn't even looking at him. I was just looking for flaws in Mayim, and I couldn't find any. She killed it.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
So that's Losers Win, episode 17.
But to end, they all do a jump to the splits.
Yeah.
And Nick did it.
And Nick like does it.
And I was like blown away. I don't like, because he's supposed to be failing.
Right.
And he
does it. I mean, he still wasn't dancing great, but yeah.
I can't do a jump split.
No. That was ballsy, man.
I could do it once.
Yeah. Well, maybe that was only one take for him, too.
Probably.
In my opinionation.
Anthony started running out and giving him the Heimlich immediately.
Yeah. No. That's how it should have been. No, Anthony, no.
My leg's broken.
Start spraying him. So that's a wrap on Losers Win. Portia Dawson played Rhonda Jo Applegate.
Yeah.
And so she's not in the pit.
She was on Step by Step.
Was she?
Yeah. I don't know how, in what capacity. But you said she was also on the show before?
She was on the show before as Bambi, which was in like a Joey's like dream sequence. But get this.
Okay.
She is in 44 episodes overall of Blossom as Rhonda Jo Applegate.
She's a recurring character.
So she's a recurring character.
Amazing.
She comes back. So that's not the last that we see of her.
This is her first appearance as Rhonda Jo.
Yeah, it's her second appearance overall, but yeah.
Imagine your parents gave you the name, what's it, Portia?
Portia, yeah.
And then you go into acting, they're like, we have to dumb your name down, and like it's got to be Bambi. I can't think of anything more like bimbo-y other than Portia, than Bambi.
Yeah.
If they named her Bambi, they would have had to gone with her real name in that last episode.
Yeah.
No. Isn't Portia from Shakespeare?
I have no idea.
Really? Who's Portia in Shakespeare?
I don't know, but I want to say in my opinionation.
I don't remember a Portia in The Lion King.
Yeah, everything Portia touches.
Portia's in The Merchant of Venice. Very good.
Damn.
Hey, bow.
Classically trained over here.
Right? Man, we gotta stop bringing you on.
Guess what?
That'll be in your search engine from half an hour ago.
Shylock. He is a Jew merchant in the Merchant of Venice.
Is he a French Jew? Is he a fruit?
He's more of a doodle. No, Merchant of Venice, tremendous.
Good
Portia.
stuff. All right, thanks for being here, John.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I might have Portia'd your flow. I have no idea.
Furlease. Furlease? Is that what the guy at the comic book store said? Furlease? A fake release?
Oh, something like that.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Then he was like, what are you doing tonight? And I was like, I don't know, man. Gotta go.
I gotta go.
Gotta go watch Blossom.